Good morning, Shan ma'am, and hi everyone. I'm Krishna Kulkarni, and today I'm going to present the topic personal hygiene and sanitary food handling. So, what is hygiene? Food hygiene can be defined as the proper handling, preparing, and storing of food or beverages so that it reduces the risk of consumers being ill from the spread of the foodborne illness. The aim is to prevent the contamination of food, which may lead to food poisoning. The pathogens can be transmitted from the food handlers, leading to illnesses. The foods can be contaminated by hands, breathing, air, sweating, cough, and cold, thereby transmitting the pathogens causing diseases. So, next comes the factors to be considered when handling the food. First one is the health of the employee. Employee must take care of their health and make sure to inform the seniors if they are ill. The food handlers with symptoms of foodborne illness such as nausea, fever, diarrhea, and major skin conditions must not be allowed to perform the duties. Uh, and the employees with cuts, wounds need to be treated and dressed with bandages and later cover the wound with the gloves. Next comes the personal hygiene. High degree of personal hygiene needs to be maintained by washing hands with soap and water and keeping the hair clean, oral hygiene, and also by cutting the nails short and keeping the body clean. And next comes the wearing of protective clothing that is uniform. Proper clothing helps to avoid the contamination from the pathogens, as clothing fibers also act as the main source for the contamination and as well as a carrier for the microbes, which could be transmitted later onto the food. Here comes the hygienic way of handling foods. The food and vegetables need to be washed with plenty of water, especially when used in a raw form to eliminate the bacteria and chemicals. The food must not be left in the food temperature, room temperature for more than 2 hours. Reheating the food to appropriate temperatures beyond the temperature danger zone kills the bacteria instantly. The cutting boards and knives should be washed thoroughly. The raw food and cooked food should not be mixed in the refrigerator, and the thawing of the food at proper temperatures is a must. The proper way of hand washing. The hand washing is an essential part for food hygiene as the hands are the main source for the carrying of the bacteria and can be transmitted onto the food. The hands must be washed with hot water of minimum temperature of 38 degrees Celsius. The hand, coming to the hand sanitizers, alcohol-based hand sanitizers are a viable option for sanitizing the hands. The contents of most of the hand sanitizer is ethanol, isopropanol, or a mixture of these compounds. The ethanol being the most effective against viruses, and on the other hand, propanols are most effective against bacteria. Now comes the hand washing. There are basically 7 steps which is recommended by the CDC, uh, which are as follows, and the WHO. First comes first is make your hands wet with cleaning the clean running water, and then next is cover all the surface of your hands, including wrist, with enough soap. Then rub your hands thoroughly to make good lather. Scrub all the surface of your hands, including fingers, nails, and wrist. The duration of scrubbing must last for 20 seconds. Hands and wrist must be rinsed under running water. The hands and the wrist should be dried either by clean towel or allowing them to air dry. The tap should be closed with a clean towel later. So here is the proper technique of the hands with soap and water, which is being shown diagrammatically, step by step, approved by the World Health Organization. And coming to the conclusion, serious problems can occur with a poor personal hygiene. The most serious among them is the food poisoning, which not only leads to the health hazard to the customer but also damages the reputation of the employers and the company. There is a need for in food industries to train the employees and make them familiar with the principles of food protection. Therefore, it is important for the food handler to implement good personal hygiene practices so that the foodborne illnesses can be prevented and there would be a safe environment. Thank you. These are the references.